Our selection for valedictorian is an exemplary representative of the class of 2022. Samiksha Garhawar is one of the most intelligent, ferociously humble, hard-working young ladies I've ever met. Woo! Her passion for learning is second only to her strong commitment to others. She is destined to make a huge mark in this world. It's my pleasure to introduce to you, Samiksha.
I paid a lot for that introduction. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to the class of 2022 and the several thousand people forced to be here. Good evening to the 14 people scattered in the audience that I paid to strategically laugh at my jokes. Yeah, there it is, I hear it. Good evening to my grandparents who are up at 4 a.m. In their time zone watching this. This goes out to you. I almost didn't make it here. I got an email from Dr. Pack this morning reminding me to add PE and health to my transcript. I took them both this semester because in December I was told that supposedly I couldn't be valedictorian if I didn't graduate. Don't worry, I got through that though. I did 3 hours of rigorous exercise every day in my room and forced my personal trainer, my mom, to sign off on it. So I was told that I would be giving this speech a few weeks ago, so in the true high school spirit, I memorized it on the way here. But writing this speech was a really interesting process. It had me reflecting back on what makes me qualified to stand here as your valedictorian, and I began reminiscing about some of my most successful, memorable accomplishments over the past 4 years. Like in Mr. Bleyer's biology class, when we were using fruit flies for that genetics lab, and then I accidentally inhaled the fruit flies. In my freshman year, when I fell into those dumpsters near the trailer and smelled like rotten bananas for a whole week. In Miss Sandev's biotech class, when I accidentally grew a multicolored fungus that probably started the next pandemic. Or in Miss Parkwadge's honors chem class, when I celebrated that 8% I got on the stoichiometry quiz because it was 8% more than I'd expected. In my junior year, when I was convinced the accelerator of a car was the one on the left. It was not on the left. And when trying to really brainstorm what made my high school experience great, I realized that I had found true success in those small, memorable moments. It had never been about a test score or an award or a rank, but the deep connections that were made, the crazy experiences that we had, and the awfully good-looking people that we became, right? Yeah. Class of 2022, I ask you to decide today, what will success mean to you? What has it meant over the past 4 years, and what will it mean over the next 4? What will you measure it by? Memorability, personal growth, academics, job title, relationships, or even a combination of those? So while we're talking about success is enabled by a lot of people, so I thought it appropriate to mention some of mine. Thank you to my incredible mother for her unconditional love and unconditional food. Thank you to my dad, who I love more than my mom and did not provide me any financial compensation to say that. To my little brother, Ayush over there, who is ignoring me to play Clash Royale. Yeah, I see you. I love you very much, and I'm excited to see you living in my shadow for the next 6 years. Take that. Thank you to my amazing teachers, Dan, Devin, Hunt, Morton, Hyatt, Church, Ware, Hill, countless others, for teaching us to solve questions and ask even better ones. Thank you to the custodians, counselors, lunch staff, administration, the pretty darn cool Coach Ferrer. Yeah, thank you to FPD for making Lambert such an amazing community. My friends left a dispute of about $10 or so. Thank you to you guys too. But most importantly, thank you to all of you, the class of 2022. Our high school experience has been as erratic as our relationship with lunch and learn. You know, it's all smooth sailing until some freshman decides to steal the faucets off the sink in the girls' restroom. What were you planning to do with that? I don't know. But regardless of those ups and downs, I've grown up with many of you, and we've been through a lot together. Tragedy, like the 2016 Super Bowl, or when Zayn left One Direction. Embarrassing trends, like the dab, or the floss, or Crocs. I will stand by that. And from Rebecca Black's song Friday, to Khalid's Saturday nights, to Surface's Sunday best, we've basically been through the whole weekend together. We learned lessons like being the line leader was never actually a life or death situation. Heck, we lived through the whole pandemic. But through it all, we grew to be a family. And like Sam Smith, I'm no good at goodbyes. And this year I was forced to begin counting my laughs with this family that we had. You know, the last class period, the last lunch, last hug, last conversation. And it was heartbreaking until I hit a revelation. I'm not gonna miss any of you guys because we're not going anywhere. Fortunately, or unfortunately for some of you maybe, you are not getting rid of your Longhorn family quite that fast. To your left and to your right, you're sitting next to your future doctors, Rithika and Rhea, your future lawyers, Rebecca and Shazeen. I'm excited to buy a grossly overpriced car at Samart the Nine's car dealership. I'm excited to see Kojo and Iris on ESPN and live after your best friends back in high school. I'm excited for Zoya and Sidiksha, our future scientists, to find a cure for people that talk too much. And I am so excited for the day that Kiko finally takes that. I'm hyped to get pulled over by future police officers Jacqueline and Ella Catherine, see Daniel and Rick transform sustainable agriculture, see Carolyn and Allie become teachers that don't require their sophomore classes to read Walden. That'd be nice. Michael's gonna be your local Twitch streamer, Krish is gonna be your next pilot, Angel's gonna be your favorite SoundCloud rapper, and Isha Patel and Manas Reddy will sell you drugs. in their pharmacies, because they're in the pharmaceutical pathway. This is not a goodbye, this is a see you later, because we are family, and family sticks together. When Coach Bass first taught us during freshman roundup that we got that Longhorn pride, it was a legally binding contract to represent the values, virtues, and the vigor of Longhorn spirit as we each change the world. And that keeps us connected forever. You know, I'm not qualified to give advice, so let's take it from our favorite street philosophers and poets, Gunna and Future, who famously encourage us to keep pushing P. In the future, we must all continue to keep pushing P. Push progress, push positivity, push freshmen in the hallways, push our own potential. Because we can't get to the top by sitting on our bottoms. In the words of Eric Thomas, be phenomenal or be forgotten. I have no clue who Eric Thomas is, but I think he'd be proud of how phenomenal we've become. And our generation is faced with some of the biggest crises the world has ever seen. It's going to be our responsibility to find 21st century solutions to 21st century problems. Find power in our Longhorn family, and ultimately find ourselves. While we're finding things, maybe I'll find a boyfriend too. You know, anything's possible in 2022. Most importantly, in the years that follow, find your true definition of success. I'll be asking you at the reunion. Do things well, but don't do things too well, or the next thing you know, you'll be speaking to 8,000 people at graduation. This is Samiksha, signing off. Congratulations, class of 2022. I love you all so much. Hug 'em.
Dr. Bearden, I invite you to the lectern. Lambert High School class of 2022, please stand.